Australia is scheduled to compete at the 2016 Summer Paralympics in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, from 7 to 18 September 2016. The first places the team qualified were for 6 athletes in sailing events. Administration. In May 2015, the Australian Paralympic Committee announced Kate McLaughlin as the chef de mission. She replaced Jason Hellwig, the former APC CEO, who stepped down from the role. The APC appointed Kurt Fearnley and Daniela Di Toro as team captains. 2004 Athens Games was the last time the team had captains. Fundraising. The APC stated that it needed to raise $7 million to fund its Rio 2016 campaign. The majority of APC's funding to send Australian teams to major events originates from fundraising. In January 2016, it launched the Australian Paralympic Foundation to manage its fundraising. Cadbury made the first major donation of $1 million. In the 4-year period leading up to Rio, the Australian Sports Commission provided $62 million in funding. At the team launch, Prime Minister of Australia Malcolm Turnbull stated that the Australian government had provided close to $65 million direct funding to support the 167 athletes with a disability in the lead-up to Rio. To assist with funding raising, its broadcast partner Seven Network organised a parathon on 5 March 2016. Official team launch. The official Australian Paralympic team launch was held in Sydney on 20 June 2016. The major dignitaries present were Prime Minister of Australia, Malcolm Turnbull, Federal Minister for Sport, Sasan Lay, the Shadow Minister for Sport, Dr. Jim Chalmers, and the New South Wales Minister for Sport, Trade, Tourism and Major Events Stuart Ayres. The launch was held during the 2016 Australian federal election. There were more than 30 Rio hopefuls and representatives from each Australian Paralympic team since 1960 in attendance. Glenn Tasker, Australian Paralympic Committee President, stated that, "We're not just chasing medals. We are aspiring to shape attitudes and perceptions of disability and to build on the huge momentum and growth that the Paralympic movement is experiencing." Prime Minister Turnbull said, "I want to salute the achievements of all of our Paralympians past and present. I want to wish you all the best on the road to Rio. You are doing our nation such great service. We are with you. We are with you all the way. We back you all the way to Rio." Team. List of team members as of 29 August 2016. Australia was given additional qualification slots in the sports of goalball, athletics and wheelchair tennis after Russia was suspended from the Games by the International Paralympic Committee. Several team members have changed the previous Paralympic sports at these Games. Dylan Alcott, Jessica Gallagher, Daniela Di Toro and Claire McLean. Events. Archery. Jonathan Milner and Australia a spot at the Rio Games following his performance at the 2015 World Archery Para Championships, and he was selected in the Australian team on 29 July 2016. Athletics. Australian Paralympic Committee announced a team of 44 athletes on 2 August 2016. An additional 2 athletes, Tamsin Colley and Jessie Wyatt, were added after the Russian suspension. Track events. Women track events, men field events, women field events, men boccia. Australia selected Daniel Michel and his ramp assistant, Ashley McClure. Mitchell is the first player since the 2000 Sydney Paralympics cycling. The cycling team was announced on 30 May 2016. The team consisted of 13 athletes and 3-sighted pilots. For Modra, this would be his 8th Paralympic Games. Track events: women track events, men road events, women road events, men equestrian. On the 28th of June 2014, 4 riders were selected. Women: Emma Booth, Sharon Jarvis, Lisa Martin, Katie Umbach. Goalball: Australian women's team originally failed to qualify after finishing 3rd at the IBSA Goalball Asia Pacific Championships in Hangzhou, China. Australian men's team failed to qualify after finishing 5th at the IBSA Goalball Asia Pacific Championships in Hangzhou, China. Following the reallocation of Russia's spot, Australia's women found themselves getting a last-minute invite to Rio. Australia's women entered the tournament ranked 9th in the world. Women: Jennifer Blow, Nicole Esdale, Micah Horsburgh, Racer Martin, Michelle Jepecki, Tyan Taylor. Coach Peter Korparikanu. On the 16th of June 2016, 6 athletes were selected to compete in the new Paralympic Games sport of paracanoe. Paratriathlon. Australian Paralympic Committee announced a team of 7 athletes on the 3rd of August 2016. Paratriathlon makes its debut at the Rio Games. Women's events: men's events rowing. On the 11th of July 2016, Australian Paralympic Committee announced a team of 8 athletes. Australia will have a boat in the legs, trunk and arms mixed coxed for the first time. Qualification legend: FA equals final A, FB equals final B, R equals repechage. Sailing selected team of 6 athletes: Matthew Bugg, Daniel Fitzgibbon and Liesl Tesh, Colin Harrison, Russell Bowden, Jonathan Harris. This will be the last Games for sailing has been taken off the 2020 Tokyo Games program. Shooting. Australia nominated 6 athletes in May 2016. Officials: head coach Miro Sipek. Libby Kosmala was selected for her 12th Games. The team was missing Paralympian Ashley Adams, who was killed in 2015 accident. Swimming. 36 athletes were selected on the 1st of August 2016. Officials: team leader Adam Pine, head coach Brandon Keogh, coaches Angelo Basalo, Jan Cameron, Harley Connolly, Nathan Oil. 3 athletes were selected for the 4th Games: Matthew Levy, Jeremy McClure and Rick Pendleton. 22 athletes were selected for their debut Paralympics, with 2 14-year-olds Tiffany Thomas-Gain and Kartu Didak Ind being selected. Table tennis: 5 athletes were selected to represent Australia. Daniela Di Toro previously represented Australia in wheelchair tennis, and Melissa Tapper was set to become the first Australian to compete at both the Summer Paralympics and Summer Olympics in the same year. Wheelchair basketball men's tournament: the Rollers qualified by winning the 2015 Asia-Oceania qualifying tournament. On the 19th of July 2016, the APC announced a team of 12 players, with 5 of them making the Paralympic debut. During the draw, Brazil had their choice of which group they wanted to be in. They were partnered with Spain, who would be in the group Brazil did not select. Brazil chose Group B, which included Iran, the United States, Great Britain, Germany and Algeria. That left Spain in Group A with Australia, Canada, Turkey, the Netherlands and Japan. Team roster: Josh Allison, Jannick Blair, Adam Deans, Tristan Knowles, Bill Latham, Matthew McShane, Brad Ness, Sean Norris, Tom O'Neill Thorne, Sean Russell, Tige Simmons. Brett Stibner's head coach. Benetridge Group Play Women's Tournament. The Gliders did not qualify after finishing second to China at the 2015 Asia-Oceania qualifying tournament. Wheelchair Rugby: Australia won the 2014 World Wheelchair Rugby Championships, thereby automatically qualifying to defend the Paralympic title they won in London. On 25 July 2016, the APC announced a team of 12 players. Australia was scheduled to open play in Rio against Great Britain on September 14. The second game was scheduled to be against Brazil on September 15. The final game of group players against Canada on September 16. Australia entered the tournament ranked number 2 in the world. Wheelchair tennis selected team of 4 athletes on 28 July 2016. Sarah Kalati was added to the team as a result of Russia's selection. Ben Weeks was competing at his 4th Games, and wheelchair basketball gold medalist Dylan Alcott was competing in wheelchair tennis for the first time.